engagement. It wasn't just about the rings or the labels. It was about agreeing to stay in the foxhole together, whether the enemy was a fourth-grade bully, a slow-moving sperm, or a bottle of Twilight Sequoia hair dye. Jeff looked at Audrey as she filled the last hole of her evening waffle a late-night snack for a long week. "You missed one," he whispered. "I know." She smiled. "I'm leaving it for you." Jeff grabbed his fork. Finally, a structural improvement. Chapter 16, The Art of Moving In. Adam Rhodes stood in the center of Jennifer's apartment, surrounded by cardboard boxes that seemed to multiply every time he blinked. For months, their relationship had been a series of pleasant sleepovers and shared dinners. Now, the physical reality of two lives colliding was manifesting as a 3-foot-tall hula girl lamp. "It's Polynesian," Adam said, placing the lamp on the bedside table with the reverence of a curator handling a Ming vase. "Sexy, isn't it? It's a classic. My last girlfriend, Sonia, was Hawaiian. I guess I have a type." Jennifer froze, a stack of sweaters in her arms. "A type? And I'm clearly not that type." "You're my future, Jen," Adam said, oblivious to the frost forming in the room. "But this lamp, it's my past. It's heritage. It's light. It's tacky," Jennifer corrected. "And Adam, we need to talk about these boxes. Your storage unit is a graveyard of things you haven't touched since the 90s. Why are you so resistant to bringing them here?" "I don't want to junk up your apartment," Adam said, echoing a sentiment he'd stolen from Jeff. "It's perfect the way it is. You've done top-notch work." "It's our apartment," Jennifer said, her voice rising. "If you don't move your stuff in, it feels like you're keeping one foot out the door, like you're waiting for a better offer from Tahiti." The Tahiti comment hung in the air like a storm cloud. Adam looked at his hula lamp, then at his fiancée. The architecture of a shared home was more than just floor plans. It was the negotiation of space, memory, and the occasional neon-skirted lamp. By the end of the afternoon, the hula girl had been moved to the living room, a compromise that pleased no one, but signaled a victory for transparency. Adam finally agreed to clear out his storage unit, though he mourned the loss of a box of T-shirts he claimed were essential to his identity. Chapter 17, The Paradox of Jessie. Russell Dunbar believed he had found the holy grail of womanhood. Her name was Jessie. She managed a club, and every word that came out of her mouth sounded like it was plucked from the script of a high-budget adult film. "I like it when it's firm," she had said, shaking Adam's hand. "Slide it in my slot," she had told the mailman. "I like my meat thick," she had informed the deli guy. "She's a genius," Russell whispered to Jeff at the diner. "It's like she's speaking a secret language that only my perverted ears can decode. I'm in love. Or in lust. It's hard to tell when I'm this dehydrated." But as the weekend approached, Russell's enthusiasm began to wane. He realized a terrifying truth. Jessie didn't know she was doing it. She, Jeff explained, Leaning back with a smug grin, the she of that's what she said, "You found the source, Russ, but here's the kicker. For her, it's not an innuendo. It's just life." The breaking point came at Jesse's club opening. Russell was keeping a tally on a cocktail napkin 69 double entendres in under an hour. His desires were aroused, but his patience was spent. "Russell," Jesse said, brushing against him, "I've been riding the staff all night long. I'm exhausted. I can't do this anymore." Russell blurted out, "Jesse, do you have any thoughts on, say, global warming or alternative fuels?" Jessie blinked, her expression shifting from flirtatious to surprisingly serious. "Actually, I think we need to aggressively search for alternative fuels and seriously cut down on carbon emissions. The ozone depletion over the Arctic is a giant hole sitting right over the pole. There it is," Russell said, closing his eyes. "The final 69. I'm done." He walked away from the hottest girl he had ever dated, realizing that while he loved a good joke, he needed a relationship that didn't feel like a permanent junior high school locker room. Chapter 18, The Herbal Purgatory. Jeff Bingham was in a state of physical and emotional distress. The slow swimmer's decree had changed his life in ways he never anticipated. "I'm drinking dirt, Audrey," he groaned, holding a glass of murky brown liquid. "The doctor calls it an herbal powder. I call it the sweepings of a forest floor. It speeds them up, Jeff," Audrey said, not looking up from her work. "And remember, no hot tubs. And you need to wear those loose boxers I bought you." "I feel like I'm wearing a parachute," Jeff complained. "I have no support. I'm a gazelle in the field, Audrey, but a gazelle needs a little structure. The guys at basketball have been complaining. They say I'm crowding the boards." "Let them complain," Audrey said. "We're doing this together. I gave up wine for 3 weeks. You can give up tight underwear." The sacrifice was real. Jeff sat on the couch, wrapped in his memory quilt, sipping his forest juice, feeling the weight of impending fatherhood, or at least the preparation for it. He missed the simple days when his biggest worry was the Knicks' free throw percentage. Now, his life was a series of time biological environments and temperature-controlled schedules. "You'd be a great mom," he muttered into his glass. "And you'll be a great dad," Audrey replied, "even if you have to do it in a parachute." Chapter 19, The Rental Car Rebellion. Adam Rhodes, in a fit of post-engagement manliness, had rented a Mustang for a romantic weekend that never happened. Instead of returning it when he and Jennifer got into a fight about their future house in the suburbs, he kept it. "I win," he told Jeff. "I kept the car. I'm showing her. You're paying $80 a day to show her how much money you can waste." Jeff asked. "That's a bold strategy." The car became a symbol of Adam's rebellion against the minivan future. He drove it around the block, listening to the engine roar, trying to ignore the fact that Jennifer was right. They needed to save for a mortgage, not for premium fuel. "Our relationship is like a car," Jen, Adam told her, when they finally reconciled in the parking lot of an impound lot the car had been towed. We assume the ride will be smooth, but then we come out of the diner and we're being towed. That's actually a terrible analogy, Jennifer said, though she was smiling. The point is, we shouldn't argue about the future, Adam said, pulling her into a kiss. Let's argue about the present.